I'm compiling this, like, what's the difference between Korea and America?
What's the difference between Korea and Japan? Which is the better one?
Really? Oh, yeah. So, what's different about Korea? Apparently, everyone in Korea compares their city to Seoul, the capital, because they call this city I'm living in, Cheongju, small. Yeah, I don't think so. I like that it's relatively easy to sneak onto the roof of tall buildings. All the cars are white, gray, or black. Maybe 1% is anything but. Oh, there's a blue one. Here's the building I was just in. Where am I? Underground shopping centers. You know, big box stores, or maybe even bigger, built vertically, not taking up so much space for parking lots. This is the Jiwell City area, a very futuristic area of Cheongju. Just some humongous apartments. The mass transit system is amazing. Seriously, you do not need a car in Korea, and it is very easy to get around, even as a foreigner who doesn't speak the language. Buses come very frequently and are very cheap. Taxis are rather inexpensive, and also in bigger cities, the subway system is rather dreamy. So consistently ranked, I think, #1 in mass transit. It's no surprise in Korea.
감사합니다. 감사합니다. 오늘 개편하고 있습니다. 개편에 필요하오니 시내버스에서 내리실 때는 꼭 교통카드를 감사합니다.
Koreans love their bright lights. I feel like I'm in Vegas. Hallelujah. It's past my bedtime. One thing I know I'll miss about Korea is that there is no tipping. No such thing, really. And in that same vein, you go to a store, the price something is marked is what it costs. What a concept. You go to a store in America, you have to factor in maybe 6-7% sales tax. And it's just nice to know how much something costs before you buy it. And often it's a nice round number, the equivalent to $1 or whatever. So it's just one thing. Pizza.
My other cousin, she has three. My cousin has three boys and a girl, and
So guys, we're at a restaurant and you see this button here on the table. It's like a doorbell. I push that, the waiter comes running. Still, no tip required. The service in Korea, amazing. Koreans love their fried chicken.
Kind of like west side of Seoul. Oh, okay. So Seoul can go.
Yummy. Ramen. What do you think, honey? Do you want to eat Chinese tonight? Chinese restaurant. So I'm pretty sure Korean is as about difficult as any other language to speak or understand, but as far as the written language, it is maybe the best in the world, because I actually learned how to read all the phonetics of all the sounds and all the characters in a bus ride in about 30 minutes. See right here, and this is funny. This actually says Americano. Americano. This is one of about 10 million cafes in Korea, and they have sort of combined English with Korean to create something called Konglish. So many words are actually in English, but written out in the Korean characters. Very useful to learn Hangul, as it's called, the written Korean language. So then there's this guy advertising something, coffee and fishing. And another thing, in Korea, a not so savory characteristic is the trash. I like what you've done here. Something else I love about Korea is their apparent appreciation for nature. And you have all these tall apartment buildings, no houses anywhere, but in between them are these hiking trails and parks, little preserved areas just for you to enjoy God's creation. Some exercise equipment for your free use. So this is a bridge over a highway. If you see here, we are literally over a 6-lane street, And there are trees and grass and bushes. Pretty awesome. Never actually seen anything quite like this. And we're surely going to miss it. Always under construction. They build buildings so fast in South Korea. I've seen this apartment hadn't even begun when we moved here, and now it's almost finished in about 9 months' time or so. Huge apartments, even in a smaller city of about 50,000 residents. These should be finished by the fall, I would guess. Here I am on another roof, this one in Incheon, and I thought about a few more things that we really appreciate about South Korea. One of them being, this whole time we have never felt in danger of any sort. It feels very safe, even late at night. It doesn't matter where you are, there's no part of town you should avoid necessarily, and that's very lovely. Even despite the neighbors to the north, the South Koreans tell us they're nothing to worry about. Let's hope. But yeah, so that's a big thing. Also, I think healthcare in South Korea is shockingly cheap. You could go to the doctor, he give you a prescription, and it costs you no more than $5. That's with insurance. Even without insurance, I think I was spending less going to the doctor than if I had insurance in America. So it's kind of crazy, but on the flip side of that, I think I've been more sick more often here. It turns out maybe air quality isn't the greatest, but South Korea is trying to maybe clean that up a bit. We'll see. Anyway. 화장실, restroom. So there you have it. Those are just the few things I found different about South Korea. 사랑해 코리아. 아름답다.